Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Savannah Chrisley slams faked breast cancer claims against Julie. Savannah Chrisley has slammed claims against Julie Chrisley that suggest she was faking her breast cancer diagnosis. Fans were shocked to hear that someone would say this. However, Savannah did not hesitate to put the person in their place and let them know they were messed up for saying this. Julie Chrisley was recently released from prison. However, haters have been out to get the Chrisleys ever since. There is a lot to unfold and uncover. Keep reading to find out more about this situation. Todd and Julie Chrisley pardoned from federal prison. Todd and Julie Chrisley were in federal prison for tax evasion and fraud. However, they are still claiming that they never did this and were wrongfully accused. Savannah Chrisley was fighting for her parents' freedom the entire time. Fans thought she was wasting her time. However, it seemed to work out in her favor. Donald Trump pardoned Todd and Julie Chrisley. They are now out of prison and back with their family. This is something they were all waiting for 2.5 years. However, Savannah was determined to get her parents out and was not going to stop until they were free. She has stood by them throughout this entire journey. Fans are happy the Chrisleys are out of jail. Since the Chrisleys' release, they have been adjusting to life outside of prison. Todd has been on social media and making videos with his children. He has also been out and about to go shopping and eat, so he is adjusting well. However, Julie has not been doing this. She has been staying behind the scenes in a lot of it. Fans think she had it harder in prison than Todd did. She has not been seen in public or on social media much. However, she did just attend a conference with Savannah. In the end, fans are ecstatic that the two are out of prison. They are mainly happy for their children, who were without their parents for so long. Savannah Chrisley slams faking cancer claims against mom. A hatter recently accused Julie Chrisley of faking her breast cancer diagnosis to get easier treatment in prison. However, this did not sit well with Savannah. She was not having people accuse her mother of faking cancer. This upset her greatly, and is something she is not going to stand around and do nothing about. So, of course, she had her mother's back and defended her on her podcast. Fans backed her up in the comments and slammed the hater for doing that to her. It seems as though the claims that Julie Chrisley faked her breast cancer diagnosis did not sit well with Savannah Chrisley. This made her furious, and she made sure to let fans know that. Savannah has always had her parents' back and does not switch up on them. So it is not surprising that Savannah said what she did after these claims surfaced. When Savannah Chrisley speaks, she doesn't hold back. And this time, she's coming out swinging for the woman who raised her, fought through a federal conviction, and now faces a shocking new accusation: faking breast cancer. Julie Chrisley, who recently walked out of prison following a controversial pardon, was bombarded with online rumors after revealing she had quietly battled breast cancer prior to her incarceration. What should have been a moment of sympathy turned into a digital witch hunt. Skeptics online began alleging that Julie fabricated her diagnosis to avoid prison time or garner public sympathy. But if anyone thought Savannah would sit idly by and let those claims circulate, well, they clearly haven't met her. In a searing Instagram live video titled "Enough is Enough," Savannah took a stand and let the world know exactly where she stands. "I don't care if you hate us," she said, her eyes filled with emotion. "I don't care if you think my parents deserve to go to prison. But to accuse my mother, of faking something as devastating as breast cancer? That's a line you don't get to cross." Dressed in a simple black tee with her signature blonde waves tied in a messy bun, Savannah appeared less like the reality TV princess fans are used to seeing and more like a woman on a mission. A daughter defending her mother with that just because you've been on TV, they can strip away your humanity. But I watched my mom lose her hair. I watched her cry from the pain of chemo. I watched her tuck letters to me under her pillow every night. praying she'd live to see me graduate from college or hold Chloe's hand on the first day of school? Savannah said, her voice cracking. How dare you say it was fake? Savannah also revealed for the first time that Julie kept her diagnosis quiet because she didn't want it to overshadow her legal battle or be perceived as a way to avoid consequences. My mom didn't want pity, Savannah explained. She didn't want people to say, "Oh, poor Julie." She wanted to face her sentencing head-on. She said, "If I go to prison, I'll do it with dignity, but I won't use cancer as an escape." Those words, Savannah said, were burned into her memory, and they make the recent online hate even harder to stomach. Receipts and medical records. Not one to shy away from receipts, Savannah brought out the big guns during her livestream. "Since y'all want to play doctor," she said, pulling out a thick folder. "Here are the biopsy results. Here's the pathology report. Here's the oncologist's letter. Here's the date she got her port put in. Here's the letter from the prison's medical facility confirming her treatment plan was paused and monitored while incarcerated. Are you satisfied now?" Savannah paused dramatically before adding, "Or are you so full of hate that even facts won't do it for you?" Fans flooded the comments with messages of support, calling Savannah a warrior and the only Chrisley keeping it real. But not everyone was buying it, and Savannah acknowledged that. "I know some of you will still say it's all a PR stunt. And you know what? I'm not here to convince you. I'm here to honor my mom." The toll of public scrutiny. The emotional weight of the situation isn't lost on Savannah. She admitted that the endless judgment since her parents' sentencing, and now this cancer conspiracy theory, has taken a toll on her mental health. "I can't even go to the grocery store without someone whispering. I live every day with people assuming the worst about my family," she shared. "But accusing my mom of faking a life-threatening illness? That's evil. And if you're part of that crowd, you should take a long look in the mirror." She added, "This isn't just a headline. It's someone's life. It's someone's mother, someone's wife, someone's daughter, and yes, someone's hero." Julie's silent strength. Throughout the chaos, Julie Chrisley herself has remained silent. Savannah explained that her mother still doesn't want to center herself in the drama. "She told me, let them talk. I've got nothing to prove to people who don't care about the truth. That's who my mom is," Savannah said. "But I'm not built like that. I've got a louder mouth and a shorter fuse, and I'm gonna use both." Julie's quiet strength is, according to Savannah, what's always made her the backbone of the family. "She's the one who packed my lunch and taught me how to pray. She's the one who held us all together when our world was crumbling, and she's still doing that even now." Savannah revealed that Julie is currently continuing treatment privately, now that she's been released from prison. "She's not out of the woods yet," Savannah said, her voice suddenly soft. "But she's fighting, and she's doing it with more grace than I ever could." A message for the haters? To the people spreading falsehoods, Savannah had one final message. "If you think dragging my mom through the mud makes you righteous or smart or powerful, you're wrong. It makes you a coward. My mother's cancer was real. Her strength is real. And her hate? That's on you, not us." As the live stream ended, Savannah leaned forward and whispered, "I hope none of you ever have to sit beside your mom while she's too weak to eat. And if you do, maybe you'll finally understand why this is so personal." It was raw, it was painful, and it was Savannah Chrisley, unfiltered and unwavering. In a time where headlines turn humans into clickbait, Savannah reminded the world that behind every story is a beating heart, and hers is fiercely loyal to Julie.